N5 level is the really foundation level. I show in the the word like this. They only have the 900 words and 100 kanji, and they can do daily conversation. So I focus on the conversation. Then their target is to get Japanese language proficiency test. It's named JLPT N4. It's upper level, but they can speak daily conversation fluently. So that is the goal じゃなくて何かな。that is the target. Then the really goal, after N4, they should have N3 level. That is the academic level before go to Japan. Okay. So my target is to bring up to N4. Then need analysis, which is suitable for my program. Okay. Need analysis is there are 6 kind of need analysis. It's like this. To determine which students from a group are most in need of training in particular language skills, and to identify a gap between what students are able to do and what they need to be able to do, to determine their communicative abilities in Japanese. It is very important to because they have to live there and they have to work and they need to have communication without any trouble. And to determine their formal knowledge of Japanese, because they need to understand the instruction from their boss in Japan. So they have to have knowledge about that, to find out how students use language on a daily basis. Okay. This is like I have to find out the difference between Japanese and Indonesian. The maybe have background difference, so different expression of the language. So I have to find out this, and I have to correct to the Japanese way, and to determine the culture and personal characteristics of students. It's like Indonesia, Japan have a different culture, maybe have similarity, but different culture. So I have to find out, and also personal characteristic, maybe each of them have difference. So I have to find out the characteristics to find out the way of study. Okay. Then result of the analysis is below, like this. There are 6. Okay. So based on the need analysis, then the result is like this. Okay. So the first one is I interview them to determine how much communication skill are required for each student's occupation. So they already have a job in Japan. They already got the interview, then they are accepted. So I have to find out the skill, communication skill. What kind of communication skill are required? It depends on the occupation. And I compare with the current level and make them to have target. If the student have gap, make differentiate. So if they have gap, what they study and what they can do, have gap, maybe and also between student have gap, I have to make differentiate. and they able to study in the same class, but some case study or role play and pair or group study, and I make their group by occupation. So if I have group study, I will make them group like same occupation one group. Okay. Then number two, identify the gap. The number two, the result is do a simple daily conversation at the current level. Some occupation require more skill than daily conversation. So the gap can be identified by communicating with students who are already working in Japanese companies. So I also asked to the boss in the company. Identified it from the hearing. So if like uh, it's require more skill than daily conversation. So in some work have need to have more skill than daily conversation, like work in the hospital, like that. So I let them what uh, I tell them to study with the what superior who already work in Japanese companies, and also I often update from the boss in Japan, so I teach them as like new information. So not use the old information. I often update how to communicate with Japanese people. Okay. And result number three, conversation check will be carried out every Friday to check learners' progress and problems. It is also able to know their abilities. Um, I usually check conversation check the conversation skill on Friday every week. So I can see the improvement of the students, and I can see what they need and what they can do. Okay. And number four, result, give the instruction when they are in or out of the class. I observe whether they act correctly. Okay. Uh, when they are in or out of the class. Okay, it it's very important for Indonesian students who work in Japan. The give the instruction because they get instruction from boss. So I often give the instruction, and also I watch what they can do, what they understand or not. Then if they don't understand my instruction in Japanese, I have to correct them and I have to train them again. So I will check every time, usually every time. Okay. And number five, result, have daily conversation with them at the beginning of the class. And when it is break time, and check the words they use. The Indonesian wording and the Japanese wording are not the same. So check and correct them. Okay. Because if like expression in Japanese and Indonesian are sometimes different. So if they just translate from Indonesian to Japanese, maybe sometimes Japanese don't understand or they have misunderstanding. So I observe them and also I correct them. Okay. Then number six is like this. Look at the attitude in the class to determine what learning style is suitable. Okay, so I see their attitude, and also maybe they don't improve or they have difficulty. I have to consider about the learning style. So I have to see them, their characteristic. If they prefer to learn listening, yeah, maybe I will give the more conversation, and also I will train them how to write. Okay. But the amount of study, maybe if they prefer they improve faster in conversation, I will give more conversation. Okay. Okay. And content of study. Oh, the their study, the program is below. Contents of study is like this, number 1 to number 11 in my program. First, they will introduce themselves or introduce their family, and so about themselves. And number 2, about the season and weather. So it's really basic things, but in the common or daily conversation, it's important to know. Okay. So number 3, talk about my town. So if what in Japan, maybe Japanese people often ask to the foreigner about their own country or own town. So they have to tell about the town, and uh, also if they go out, they need to describe about the building and see the map and go following the map and describe the building. If they wanna uh, ask the way, so study about this, about my town. And number 4, go out with your friend. uh, it is like they have to have communication about promise something. Then number 5, talk about language that you learned. So maybe they have to what they have to find out how to learn language at this time. How to learn. So then number 6, eat outside. About how to order things, study how to order things and how to eat this. So they can use in Japan directly. And number 7, for work. In working area, what they speak, what they talk, they have communication, what kind of communication they have. They study basic. Number 7 is for work. And number 8, health. They have to know how to describe when they're sick, and also maybe their friend is sick and their friend cannot speak Japanese well. Maybe they can help to describe about their sickness, or also give advice. So it's important for health. And number 9, celebration. Okay. If celebration, maybe in the company, they have like birthday or New Year. Uh, in Japanese, they have like greeting. They say something in Japanese. If they cannot say celebration like greeting in Japanese, maybe they will be shy. So I will teach in here. Then number 10, eat in the restaurant. It's similar to number 6, but it's different. Number 6 is eat outside. So just generally, but number 10 is eating in the restaurant. So eating in the restaurant, maybe in the restaurant they can ask for like about what suggestion how to eat and what kind of food is in the menu like this. So a little bit upgrade. And number 11, travel. I heard from my students that they, when they are in Japan, they wanna go travel. They wanna go to Tokyo. They wanna go to other places. So I give the I give the lesson for the what travel, what they should talk, what's what they need to get the information like this in the number 11. Okay. Then learning order, it's like this 1 to 12. Uh, I and my family, and she's and weather, and my city, it's 1 and 2 because it takes a long time. So 2 weeks, 2 weeks, 2 times, and go out with your friend and foreign language and culture and eat outside and for work and health and celebration and eat in the restaurant and travel. That is my program. Okay, that's all my presentation. Thank you very much. Are-
Hello.
Yeah, finish.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah,
I was.
do,
Yeah, I've got really sleepy as well. Yeah, so that's why.
okay.
Okay, I think yeah, I know a little bit about GLPT or Japanese Language Proficiency Test.
Yeah,
Yeah, so they have finished N5, right?
yes. They already passed N5, then going to N4.
Oh, yeah, they finished. Or they have
They
passed
they finish
N5.
N5, then wanna take test N4. So preparation for N4. So target is N4.
Okay, what skills they should
What
have?
skill? What skill?
Yeah.
JLPT skill is like reading skill, writing skill, and like vocabulary tests also have, and listening
Listening.
test. Listening,
Mm,
yeah, yes, yeah.
mm,
Uh, and conversation skill is not really
okay.
about the and what JLPT, but
Mm,
company is required that the N4 level conversation like this. So
I see.
I have to teach them
Mm.
the uh, the N4 level conversation.
So the target that they finish N4 and then they can get yeah success, yeah, N4 after.
Yes,
Okay, how
yes,
many
minimum.
hours?
Hmm?
Yeah, how many hours have you? I mean, you are going to spend for teaching them course?
Uh, this is like 12 meetings.
12
I have
meetings.
12 meetings.
How
Yes.
many meeting? Sorry, no, how much time you spend for one meeting?
Uh, if one meeting about
2
90 minutes.
hours? Oh,
90.
90 minutes. One
Oh,
and a
per
half,
half.
yeah.
Yes. Yes.
Okay, how many students?
Ah, it's to now one group 16. 16. I have two classes, so 32 total. Are are ハロー。あれ Hello.
Yes, ma. Yes, but
Yeah. Can
we
you
can.
hear?
Yes, we can hear you.
Okay.
Yes.
But teacher is not not with us. Yeah.
Yes. I think
Okay.
Kamalimi is internet issue because he just left the session. I think
Yeah.
you'll be returning again.
Okay. Yeah. So just wait.
I
Yeah.
just heard you saying the word "are" that you use in Japanese. I think "are," something like that. I
Yeah.
forgot what does it mean. Actually, I studied Japanese for a while,
Oh
and I
yeah.
remember.
Oh.
I remember this word, but that was a long time ago. I
Oh.
learned like hiragana and for a
Oh.
while and
Oh.
kanji. Yes, but then
Uh,
I just finished first level. But when I was about to start my second level, I
uh,
traveled to Indonesia. So I didn't get the chance to learn more. So just
oh.
like
Okay.
yes, just
Oh.
like a few words, the basics like shitsure
Yeah.
desu ga onamai something like that.
Okay. 失礼します. Yeah.
Yes, just a
Oh.
little.
Okay. What language do you speak? Your native language?
My native
Arabic.
language is Arabic. Yes,
Oh,
Arabic.
Arabic. Oh, okay. I also study Arabic, just a little bit.
Yes,
Yeah,
really. Oh,
because I after I married, I became Islam. So
oh
I
really?
have,
Mashallah.
yeah. So I'm doing fasting now.
Oh, really? You're fasting?
Yeah,
Do you
yeah.
live now in Indonesia? Do you live
Uh,
now in Indonesia?
I live in Indonesia. But my like what Indonesia is Islamic country, right? So
Yes.
my husband is in Islam, so I also follow that
Oh, mashallah.
religion. Yeah, so I study Arabic a little bit, but it's difficult to read.
Yes, very. But if you need any help, you can reach out to me.
Oh,
Uh,
okay, thank you. Because
Really.
I sometimes feel like difficult to pronounce Arabic
By the
words.
way, I have a friend from Turkey.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, um, her name's Rabia. Then she didn't know how to talk in Arabic at all. I
Mm-hmm.
met her in Hello Talk. Hello Talk. This is an application for talking to native speakers of one language that we want to learn. Then
Oh,
I got introduced to her on this app like 4 years, maybe no, maybe 8 years ago or something. I was
oh,
very young. She was very young also.
Okay. Hello.
Then
okay.
hello, but
Hello.
Yeah. Well.
we're
Yeah.
sharing
You
experience.
see, I don't
Are
know
you
for sure,
okay?
but the package, maybe my internet package,
Oh,
or from my handphone, maybe. Because yeah.
uh,
So I have still problem to connect with my laptop, but
Yeah.
I can hear what you're saying with
So,
my handphone. Yeah.
oh, okay.
Okay.
but
Thank you.
actually, the same here
Well.
because I'm worried that I have this connection because I have internet issue with the company, the provider of the internet. So I'm using my my cellular packet. I'm very worried that I'd run out of internet, but I'm trying my best. I don't know how, because there's no other solution for now.
Yeah.
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 Uh,
So in
Okay.
case
Let's say anyway.
I have
We
disconnection,
have.
please excuse me. Yes.
mm, okay. For Miss Misaki.
yes.
Yeah. I think. Can you hear me, everyone?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Yes, but
Okay. So I think it seems that it's quite clear what you are going to do. But let's say you should make some. I think, as I said to you all last week. So you should design. Okay, you
Mm.
should design for one meeting at least. Yeah. How do you spend? Let's say in 1.5 hour. Yeah, with certain target
Okay.
related to, let's say, if you have you should have a design for
Mm-hmm.
one semester for one course, yeah, 12 meetings. But I think to meet, okay, the target, yeah. So you should make design, yeah, for 12 meetings, yeah. And I think we will know whether you will meet your target in 12 meetings based on the activities, yeah, that you set in a certain meetings. Yeah.
Yes.
Okay. Do you understand what I mean?
Yes. I have to make design and target.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So you should.
Target I already have it in the top.
Oh, I see.
Yeah. My target is to get Japanese language proficiency test N4.
And
So
for
they already have the like setting the target because they must have N4. So that is make what that their target. Mm. But how about design? Are
Okay. So
ah, 大丈夫ですか
hello.
Hello? Yes,
Yeah.
sir?
Yeah. I mean, because the target of this one is you should finish or you submit the design. I mean,
Design.
design for 12 meetings. Yeah.
Okay.
So you should design for meetings based on the need analysis, and then you should, I mean, show us how you. Let's say in 12 meetings, you choose one meeting, a certain meeting with certain specific target,
Okay.
and how do you spend for one meeting
Okay.
in class.
Oh, okay. How we spend.
So I think that what I did, what the student did, yeah, in the
Okay.
second half, yeah. So all of you should have a design for whatever meeting because it depends on your own needs, yeah. Also for JLPT, I mean, usually you got 12 meetings, so you got the target situation there,
Yeah.
target some of skill, and you should design for one meeting only, yeah, with certain skill,
Okay.
and then you should know how to spend for one meeting to meet certain target there.
Oh, okay. I see. So I choose like in like running. I have running order. So I pick up one of them. Then
Mm-mm.
I show you how I teach.
Yeah. So
Oh, okay.
yeah, let's say if
Mm,
you have recording for that one, that would be good. At least you should present in front of us how
okay.
you spend your time.
Mm,
But of course, yeah, just I mean, we don't have much time to listen all of for 1 hour and a half. Yeah.
yeah.
But let's say, I'll give you an example. Let's say for the first 5 minutes, it's brainstorming about the topics.
Mm,
Okay. And then second one, we have, yeah, let's say if it is listening, yeah, if it is listening, and
okay.
then we have activities for the first one.
Mm,
Okay, maybe it's about what's that? Going to market. That's
mm,
an example. And there is a dialogue there between the seller and the buyers. And then later on, we give, the student to listen to know what is the main point, okay? And then later on, we go on with the structure maybe from the dialogue, okay? And then what structure? And then let's say also with because they're studying kanji, okay? I think that should be a certain words to learn from the dialogue there in kanji, written in kanji. So, and then at the end, let's maybe you target at that meeting, yeah. At that meeting is they know at least understand how to bargain in a market, the names of the vocabulary for bargaining, and something related to words, yeah, usually used either in visual or in phrase, yeah, in how to let's say to let's say like in buying and selling. Usually
So
we
more
over.
detail. If I already made the contents of study.
Yeah, that's good.
Yeah, this one in the not PowerPoint, in the Word. I already made the contents of study of each study. So I have 12 class.
Okay, yeah.
But about my city, I divide by 2 because many things to study. So contents of studies, I have 11 contents of studies. I already made this. So do I have to make more detail about this?
Yeah, I think to make sure that you want, let's say that you really meet the targets. Yeah, so you should show us. Yeah, you should show the others how you spend the hours, how to spend your time for one meeting. Yeah, so maybe let's say of course we don't know. Okay, well, I think it's better that you may send me the design, course design that you have made in 12 meetings. Yeah, I mean the one that you have made, and then later then you choose one of the meeting with the activities as well. Yeah, explain that one.
Oh, okay. So I make the video, or I make the paper or PowerPoint for the one
Yeah,
meeting.
you should make a paper, of course. Yeah.
Okay,
So
paper.
but let's say not only make a paper or submit a paper, but also you talk to us how you spend the time. Yeah.
Okay. Okay.
And then maybe you do practice a little bit, just like micro teaching.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah, maybe later I would say, yeah, not now, of course. Yeah.
Okay.
So you just want to make sure that you have you know what to do.
Okay.
Yep.
Yes.
Okay, I think that's all, Bu Misaki. Yeah, we may go on with
Okay.
Bahet.
Okay. Thank you very much.
You're welcome. Have you all scanned the code? Semuanya sudah absen?
Yes, I think so.
Yes, Bob.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay. Thank you. Okay. And is it possible for you to share screen with your handphone?
Yeah, yes. You mean to share my real analysis test, right?
Yeah, the one that you have made for the midtest.
Yes.
Just like
Just a minute. Okay, but can you see my screen, everybody?
Yes. Yeah.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay, so okay, I just started my need analysis by introducing the group of learners that I designed the whole thing based on them. So just written an introduction that the teacher and instructor needs to fulfill the requirements for students. So for me, the main goal for learning this language, just some the writer or me teaches the learning group that consists of two Thai students. They are from Thailand, and one Turkish student. The three of them want to learn Arabic language. The two Thai students are 17 to 20 years old, and the Turkish student is 20 years old. The two Thai students learned Arabic language previously in religious center or Bisantren to be able to
Mm.
understand religion, Holy Quran, and the Turkish student learned Arabic previously also and joined many Arabic language classes. To know further about the students, the writer, me, conducted an interview via online platforms, Zoom, to know more about them and to define their current level and expected level that they want to achieve. So the interview included aimed mainly at achieving the following: defining the expected level of the learning group, advanced level in Arabic language on the learning group of two Thai students. The level was as follows: three of them were already on advanced level in Arabic language. Thai students and one Turkish student, ranging in age between 17 to 20. Determining the expected level of the learning group is done by conducting an online interview on Zoom. The questions were as follows. Um, why do you want to learn Arabic? What language skills in Arabic is a language that's important for you to master? Did you study Arabic before? How learning Arabic language can help you with your career in the future? What level of proficiency in Arabic you expect to achieve after this program? So I made a schedule so it becomes easier with Fathi, Swaiba, and Rabia. These are their names. Fathi from Thai, 17 years old. Swaiba, Thai student as well, 20 years old. Rabia from Turkey, 20 years old. Fathi answered that he came to Egypt to learn Arabic and join Al Azhar University. That was his answer. I really need to speak Arabic because I live in Egypt. It will help me with my studies. Will help me with my religion, and importantly, to become Ustaz when I go back to Thailand and from Batani, and be able to help my fellow Muslim learn religion better. About Thwaiba, she said that she wants to learn Arabic and understand the sophisticated structures of Arabic. She wants to read in Arabic as well. She hopes that the program can help her get a good job in an Islamic school in Thailand. She also needs to communicate with people around her in Arabic. I mean the people who can speak Arabic as well. Because all of them are supposed to be living in Egypt. Rabia, she's from Turkey, and she has a lot of Arabic friends as well, including me myself. I hope that I communicate with. She said that she wants to communicate with Arabic, using Arabic with her friends from Arabic country, including Egypt, Palestine, and Syria. She said that she loves learning Arabic and wants to learn Quran. So she goes to the mosque and wants to help children there read and memorize Quran. All the
Mm.
answers about Rabia are real ones because I teach her Arabic for a very long time and I know her level. Her level is advanced because I taught her Arabic for a very long time on applications for learning language, and she keeps talking to me video calls and phone calls and for a very long time, and now she's advanced speaker of Arabic language. She's about to be advanced speaker, not yet. Maybe she's B2 level. She's about to be C1 because she can speak in all topics and have lengthy discussions. So I would rate her as advanced speaker, maybe about to be advanced speaker. So language skills that they want to learn in Arabic, by asking them, the three of them, I finalized that all of them mainly need to focus on speaking skills, Arabic. This is a language, this is a skill that will help them the most with their targets. So for Fathi, for example, he said that he hopes that he can speak Arabic very well, very fluently. For Thuwaiba, she said that she thinks listening, speaking, and reading, but most importantly to her is speaking skill. The same to Rabia, she wants to be able to speak Arabic language like sophisticated, structured more.
Okay,
Others,
Hen.
yes, Pa.
Yeah, I have question related to the language because let's say the spoken for speaking actually. I think there are two kinds and two of Arabic. Let's say either Fusha or Amiyah, right?
Yes, yes. Actually, since we Arabic countries are 22 countries,
Mm, mm,
uh, now in Egypt we have Egyptian Arabic, colloquial
mm.
Arabic, Egyptian colloquial Arabic. In Syria, it's colloquial Syrian. In Lebanon, it's colloquial Lebanon. But mainly, I'm teaching them Fusha, modern standard
Fusha.
Arabic. Yes.
Okay, the standard one, yeah, because
Yeah,
yeah.
but I want to draw your attention that mainly Swaiba, Fathi, they really exist.
Mm,
But Fathi is in Egypt actually. I communicate with him slightly, but the answers based on friendly conversations with both of them, but I
mm.
didn't actually teach them. But
Okay.
for Rabia, yeah, all the answers are real
Mm,
because I communicate with her on a regular basis. So yeah, it's kind of imaginative, imagine group, or maybe like in between. I mean, so just
mm,
to be honest, yeah. Actually, I told you last session that this is kind of imagine group merged with some real answers. So I customized everything because actually I communicated with them to teach them, but since they have no time and my schedule also is very tight because I work and have a lot of assignments, so we didn't get the chance um, to meet really.
mm,
So everything is customized. So except for Rabia, I mean. Mainly all the skills that they need to master are speaking. So based on the answers given by the students, the writer can conclude that all the three students of the learning group are mainly focused on speaking skill in Arabic language. Actually, but you draw my attention to differentiating between colloquial and Fusha because I didn't
mm,
address that in my paper.
mm.
Actually.
Okay.
But mainly is whenever I communicate with Rabia, it's always in Fusha, in modern
Yeah.
standard Arabic. Because if I switch to Egyptian Arabic, I think she won't be able to understand anything, and she will be very depressed because she can
Mm,
understand colloquial Palestinian, but for
mm,
modern standard Arabic, she can understand it very well. And me, as an Arabic speaker, I speak it very quickly, even in modern standard Arabic. So she grasps everything she hears very easily. So her
mm,
level is quite advanced. So all of them hope that they can speak Arabic fluently by the end of the program. They also studied Arabic previously with variations in the duration of the study for the three of them.
mm,
Based on their answers and from their pronunciation, because I already conducted an interview with them. I guess the level is about intermediate B1 or B2. I dare conclude that they are B2. All the three learners want to learn Arabic for supporting their career by working as Ustad or Ustada, Quran teacher or Arabic language teacher. About Rabah, she wants to be able to help Turkish children in masjid because she told me that in religion in Turkey is not the studies of Quran is not prevalent in Turkey, and since she's putting on hijab and she can speak Arabic very well, she wants to be able to help children in Turkey by teaching them in the masjids. So, uh, students' current level is intermediate B1 or B2 level, and the desired level is advanced C1 or C2. Instrument for defining the current level was a test. I made a test, and that test was the following. Details of the test. Duration of the test is 45 minutes. Duration of the language program is 24 hours, divided 12 sessions, which means that one session continues for 2 hours. Administering the test was done online via online educational platform Zoom as well. I also included the test, but the
Mm-hmm.
test is kind of placement test. It had all questions starting from the very easy one, ending by the most sophisticated. Like, for example, the first question, كيف حالك؟ ما
Mm-hmm.
اسمك? Which means كيف حالك? It means how are you? ما اسمك?
Mm-hmm.
What's your name? ما هذا? What is this? من هذه? Who is this? كم عمرك? How old are you? I gave them the answers, but I added more answers to make sure that they understand the structures for very well. So the answers like I am 5 years old. She's an engineer. The third one, my name is Zainab. The fourth one, Alhamdulillah, I'm good. The fifth one, this is a chicken, or maybe I don't know the word. Male chicken, I forgot the word. هذه مرآة. This is a mirror. So the second question was to highlight the names of the animals. So they are supposed to write them in Arabic, and I also included them like horse, the first one, camel, elephant, lion, and dog. So they need to write the words for each of them. The third one is getting more sophisticated. It's getting about Arabic grammar. So they are supposed to use whether or and. So the first question is like, do you like drinking tea or coffee? So they need to add which means or and if they need to. I don't think I have to translate everything, right? But or
Mm-hmm. Yeah. No.
yeah, just I'm just giving all the questions here mainly
Phrases.
about choosing either
Mm.
or and. So that's about it. This is kind of like getting more difficult. I mean, the fourth question is even more sophisticated because it's mainly about Arabic grammar. We have something in Arabic that's called muthanna
Mm.
and jama, the like indicator in the language that shows that the speakers are two or the
Yeah.
speakers are
Pluralis.
a third person. Yes, so it's called muthanna. So here I ask them, what is the word? What is in Arabic grammar? So what is the indicator that we for using muthanna in
Mm.
case of nominative case? And in what is the indicator for Jama for third person plurals,
Plural.
but for men? Yeah,
Mm.
and here goes on getting more difficult. I mean, because it's supposed to cover all aspects of Arabic language, starting from the easy level to tell
Mm-hmm.
the advanced ones. So the fifth
Mm-hmm.
question also is about Arabic grammar, more difficult, like define the type of predicate in Arabic language. Is it because we have in Arabic language many types of predicate, like nominative, like nominal sentence and verbal sentence, and prepositional sentence? They are all of them can be classified as predicates. So here I ask them about the type of predicate, and they are supposed to answer. So this is kind of harder for them to make sure that what level actually they are. The sixth question is a text. So Mariam is a student from Turkey. She studied in this university. She goes to university on those days. Then I ask them some questions about Mariam and the university. The seventh question is the most difficult one because it's listening text, a kind of sophisticated text about an organization that's called the Green Organization. And then I ask them what they understand about the listening text. What's the reason? Many write some aspects that you know about this organization, Green Organization of Peace. What's the political role played by this organization? What is the reason behind supporting this organization? So mainly for them to be able to understand and answer those questions, they need to be advanced listeners, I think, or at least intermediate B2. B2. So the students then sent me their answers in a Word format based on the answers given by them and the test results and the interviews I conducted with them. All of them scored ranging between uh, 11 till 21 degrees, which out of 32, because there are 32 questions in the exam and each in the test, and each of them for 1 grade. So 12 to 21, it means that they are intermediate. They are considered to be B2 because in the beginning I wasn't sure are they B1 or B2. Then I decided because for Rabia scored 20 out of 32, Fathi scored 19, and Swaiba scored 18. From 11 to 15 is considered B1 level, and from 16 to 21 B2. The scores that they achieved on their exam shows that their current level is B2. B2, yeah. So the criteria for evaluating speaking skills, I took that from this website. I used bands. So there are 6, 5, 4, 5, 3, 2, 1, and the 0 band. It means that they didn't provide any response. The first band, it means that they are limited in all aspects. The second band, it means that they have very limited resource of vocab and grammar. The third band, it means that they have limited vocab and control of grammatical structures, except for only simple sentences. For the fourth band, they have sufficient resources to maintain the interaction. The fifth band, you have wide range of grammar and vocabulary used accurately. They can speak a lot of topics, but not sophisticated structures. So, based on the criteria used for evaluating, Rabia was found to be on the fifth band. Fathi and Swaiba also were found to be fifth band. And fifth band, it means that they are B2. But can you hear me? Everybody can hear me, right?
Yeah, I can.
Okay. So based on this band and based on the interview and the test, it was concluded that they are on B2 level. So that they can speak actually Arabic and they can communicate. They have variety of Arabic grammars, but still they can hold conversations, but not very lengthy one, not very sophisticated topics. So they need to practice speaking skills more. So what are the factors causing the gap? The factors causing the gap was first, lack of social interactions. They need to interact more. Thai students living in Egypt, they are centered in Egypt in a specific area in Cairo. All of them, even Indonesian students here in Egypt, in Cairo, we have a specific area. It's called Kota Nasr City. All Indonesian students and all Thai students are centered there. So mainly they communicate with each other. They even
Mm.
have Indonesian restaurants and Thai restaurants for themselves. They communicate with each other, they help each other. They do not communicate with Egyptians. They need to have friends, more friends from Egyptian society. They need to communicate more with Egyptian society. But because of due to the nature, um, maybe because they feel like expatriated, they don't live in their country. So they try to make like a new home for themselves in Egypt, and they never get out of this area, But actually, one of the times, me myself, I got lost in Nasr City. This is part of Cairo. And then I met an Indonesian student. She was living there, and she told me, I told her I need to go to that place. Then she told me, you go there, turn left, and then she instructed me how to go to the place, because they know Nasr city very well, even better than Egyptians, because they live there for a very long time. Even when they learn, they go to the university, other university there, their dormitory, even in Nasr city. So they hardly communicate with Egyptian or Arabic speakers. So this is the factor that I think they need to overcome. The sociological factor, anxiety and fearing failure. Because they got scholarship, they go to Azhar University for a specific time. They are funded by the university, so they have a specific time that they need to succeed. And when I communicated with many students from other university who got scholarship from Indonesia or Thailand, they told me that they are very worried because the exams are very hard and they need to go home, but they want to go home achieving success. So this is kind of like stressing element for them. I mean, they are very worried that they do not achieve the expected results. They want to go home back to their families with success, like to make their families proud of them. This is one of the factors that really affect them. Sociological factor. I mean, like first, I mean psychological one. First, language interference, because for Rabia and the Thai students, they speak Thai, especially Thai students. Their Arabic, their Thai language is very um, have like a linguistic nature that affects Arabic language. So when the code switch to mother tongue, most of the time the code switch to mother tongue, because it's kind of harder for them to speak in Arabic. So they still communicate, they have interference of their native language affecting the process of learning. So can you hear me, everybody? Because I'm worried that my
Yes,
cellular packet
yes,
run
yes.
out of internet.
Yeah.
Theoretical academic study, cognitive factor, and social factor as well. They get academic classes that are devoid of practice. In the university, they study everything theoretical. They don't practice Arabic, speaking Arabic. They do not speak it. They learn it theoretically, but they not speak it. They need practice. Theoretical learning is irrelevant to the essence of language, which is speaking and mastering all the skills of Arabic language. They learn Arabic, but they do not understand its syntax, grammatical rules, morphological units, semantic aspects of the language. They study the language as an abstract concept that is devoid of practice. So they need more practice. About time management, psychological factor, this is the fifth one, or effective one. They cannot manage their time very well to dedicate enough time to Arabic language learning. Even if the Thai students in Egypt told me that they want to learn Arabic, but they want to learn with me, but they do not have time because their tight schedule in the university. Comfort zone. This is the affective factor. Affective factor. They are in a new country and a different culture that's completely different from their own culture. And me, I can understand that very well because I lived in Indonesia for 3 years. So they are always in the area in which Thai students live or visiting the Thai embassy in Egypt. They do not get themselves involved in many activities in Egypt. They are stuck in their comfort zone. For the Turkish learner, she's always visiting the Turkish language center in Egypt to speak with her fellow citizens. She doesn't have many friends from Egypt. um, she has virtual friends via online platforms, but in real life, she needs to have more friends. From the first interview conducted with test results, friendly conversations held with all of the three learners, Thai students, when asked why did you want to have speaking partner, they answered that they do not have time. They like to stay with their Thai friends all the time. They do not speak in Arabic because they are worried to make fatal mistakes. They do not understand Arabic grammatical rules very well. The Turkish learner said that she doesn't have any friends in Egypt with whom she can interact and communicate, except for me, of course. She's too worried to go out by herself, as she prefers to be always with her Turkish friends. She also suffers in academic studies in the University of Al-Azhar. Students have gap in all aspects such as affective, cognitive, linguistics, and other factors. Mainly, I concluded that they need to be have more interaction with Egyptian society. Affective factors including self-esteem, where they think that they are not good enough in writing and they are not feeling confident with their writing skills. Besides, students also feel anxious that they want to start writing something, even they feel their heart beating so fast when they are giving a writing assignment. Based on these factors specified, the teacher of this group concluded that they need to have enough knowledge about the linguistic and grammatical rules of Arabic language, with mainly to teach them about all aspects in Arabic, but to focus mainly on speaking. So, so the results, because I don't want to waste your time, the results of the need analysis, following the procedure of need analysis, the writer concluded that the expected level and the current level of the learning group, which is intermediate B2, they can produce long sentences but not sophisticated structure. They still cannot get into controversial discussions or philosophical ones with Arabic speaker using Arabic language. By administering the test, their current level was determined accurately for the teacher of the group to be able to specify that they need to be advanced. The factors causing the gap, as I explained earlier, some of them are emotional ones, some of them are cognitive, and some of them are social factors. Based on these findings, the writer decided that they need unwavering psychological and emotional support to be able to get immersed more in social interactions with Arabic speakers in Egypt. They need also to enhance the linguistic knowledge of Arabic. So, the approach chosen based on the finding that the learning group needs to have more communication and interaction. They need to enhance their cognitive skills by speaking Arabic more, and they need to be supported emotionally by getting immersed in more activities of interaction in Egypt, in Egyptian societies. They need also to have friends from Egypt. Um, they need to get rid of the emotional stress to mitigate the feeling of anxiety and fear of failure. The approach followed here is modular approach in the syllabus I used. So it's topic based. The goal to make them be able to speak fluently, the content they need to acquire a wider scope of vocabulary about the family, for example, in the topic of families, because I decided the topics, there are 12 topics. The first one is family, my family. They are supposed to be talking about family members in detail. I already explained the goal of the topic and the content of the topic. For hobbies, they need to speak about different kind of hobbies and more sophisticated. The third topic is jobs. The fourth one is my city, to talk about their city and the special characteristics of their city, to be able to speak about their day from the very beginning, from waking up to sleeping in detail. Traditional food, they are supposed to talk about traditional food that they like most, explaining it if it has cultural importance, to talk about their country in general, like narrating the most attractive places to visit in their countries, telling the legends associated with those places, to talk about health, disease, how to stay healthy, unhealthy, pandemic, to be relevant, pandemic and how to stay safe, especially if they are living in a different country. I'm about to finish traditional market in Egypt. They should be visiting the market themselves and introducing a report, prices, goods, bargaining, telling nice story about bargaining if they could bargain themselves. Movies, they are supposed to talk about movies, narrate the story of one of the movies that they like, telling the story, their most favorite movie in detail, to practice speaking more. The 11th topic, life with no technology. they are supposed to imagine how life with no technology is going to be like and talk about it. And as you can tell, as you can see, but these topics are getting gradual, even more difficult one by one. So by the end of the topics, it's the most sophisticated because this is supposed to be the 11th session. So the final one is imagine how life will be like in the future generally. Um, Based on the needs analysis, the learning group content and sequencing were explained as explained above. The syllabus is going to be topic based, following a modular approach as the units are not relevant to each other. The content will cover the various linguistic skills for Arabic language, but mainly focusing on speaking as I explained. So that's mainly. I don't know if you like it or not. If it has some gaps, please explain to me. What do you think?
Yeah, I think in general, I think it's quite clear. Your at least your.
I exerted a lot of effort working with that, really.
I know.
It was very
Let's
hard.
say, but once again, I think
Yes,
you should have a design of how many meetings you have?
12. And there are
12
12
meetings.
topics.
Yeah,
12.
I think yeah we have listened to the content of your course, and then let's say you design for one meeting, just like
Yes, yes.
just what I talked to. I said to Miss Misaki related
But
to
by the way,
just
I
like
designed
lesson
a
plan. You see,
yes.
lesson plan for
Actually,
one of the meeting.
yes, but actually, I designed already materials
Mm.
for teaching them. It's about
Mm.
transportation. I even have the PowerPoint ready, but maybe
Okay,
inshallah.
that's good then. That's good. So I
Yes,
think that would be the last to submit. I think.
yes, I have it already ready, and maybe if you want me to teach one of them, maybe it would be Rabi'a. Maybe I instruct teaching the class about transportations to her. Maybe I'll be able to do that. If you like me to do it in a written form, I also can do that, inshallah.
Well, let's say if you have a recording on, let's say from the previous meeting, if it is possible. So you may also not only the design of 12 meetings, and then you choose one of the meeting with material, and then how you spend the time in that meeting. And if you have a recorded meetings, that would be good too as an attachment.
Yes,
So
but
yeah,
yes.
so this is the plan that yeah lesson plan. Okay, for yeah I remember the name. And the lesson plan for one meeting, and then how you spend the meeting there. Let's say like just maybe the first one is usually brainstorming as the start to know at least they're ready to follow what we are going to discuss. Let's say like transportation, you may give some question, and when you go to when you need to do something, and then it's Huawei, how did you get there, and so on. Let's say if going to Egypt from Indonesia, of course we may take yeah of course plane, yeah, and maybe if there is a ship, in the old days, pilgrimage Hajj is using ships. Yeah, but I don't know whether it's possible now. But let's say
Okay.
there is one way only with plane, and then later on, what like in brainstorming, yeah. And then what usually need someone need when you travel by plane, what you should do, and then what should bring along, and then activities there, as I said before for boarding, yeah, before boarding, and then um, after that, you may give also some ideas about, let's say, it depends on your topic. Let's say if it is on transportation, you may
Ah,
focus
yes.
on
Would you please give me
private.
a minute, because I have something that I want to show you.
Yeah.
Because uh,
Well, maybe
because I
not
already
at the
did.
moment, not at the
Yes,
moment, because yeah,
because
we
I
have
already have something that's designed
uh,
Ready.
Okay. Yeah, you can send me. Yeah, you can send me using WhatsApp or whatever.
Oh
Yeah.
yes, something like that. Materials and
Yeah. Okay.
transportation.
So I'll have a look.
Yeah, something like that.
Mm-mm.
If you have a if you can see my screen,
Mm.
can you see my screen?
Yeah. Yeah. Of course.
Because yes, actually I talk the way you said, but because for example I introduced a group of the group of the transportations old ones via
Mm.
advanced one, as you can see, then brainstorming, and I have it in a written form. If you ready, because that was the assignment for curriculum development. So if that would be enough, that would be great. I mean that I don't have to do another task. Uh,
Mm.
and then I had many text. I translated them even
Mm.
talking about transportation and advanced transportation in the modern era versus the old ones, and it even talked about transportation and communication as well. So many texts talking about that, and the whole topic is designed to mainly address that topic, and a lot of discussions done. And I even transcribed everything by translating every word of the lesson in the curriculum development assignment. But
Mm.
so I have it already ready.
Okay.
Maybe inshallah I share it with you.
Okay. That's fine then. Because yeah. Yeah. You say that I cannot see. Well, I can see your screen, but let's say I have to listen. So at the same time, and I said,
Yes, yes.
yeah. So that why, yeah. But anyway, I think that's good one. But yeah. So that is one of the plan, right? And then
Yes, yes.
how do you spend one meeting with this topic? Okay, the activities.
Yes, actually, we need you need to organize time, for example, right?
Yeah, yeah. So you just class management, I would say. So one meeting. So how do you meet the target for that meeting? I think every meeting has what's it? The objective, yeah,
Yes.
specific objective. So you should try to meet the objective by showing us activities you spend the time available there. Let's say for 1 hour and a half. Okay.
1 hour and a half. Yes, yes, but
So
to be able to conduct videos, I mean, like that continues for 1 hour and a half. It's gonna be very hard, but maybe
I
we
know,
need.
no, you don't do that. Let's say if you have a recording, if you have had recording from the previous meeting. But
Uh,
anyway, you don't have to. You don't have to. At least just show me the time management, yeah, for one meeting.
yeah.
Yeah.
Yes.
Mm,
Yes. Yes. But inshallah, I'll be able to do that. Inshallah.
okay. Yeah, I think that's enough for me. Let's say who will be the speakers for next week? I think there is still one week, yeah, one meeting before Idul Fitri, because Idul Fitri would be at 4 of May, right? I mean at two also. So I think for May is still holiday.
Okay.
We Indonesian are holiday for Idul Fitri feast. So we have one meeting. Who will be just today? We got Misaki and Hen. Yeah, who will be the next? Anyone from this group? From this class? Hello.
Nurul, sir.
Anyone willing?
Nurul, sir.
Yeah. Who will be?
Nurul, sir.
Yes.
Nurul. Okay. Other than Nurul, another one.
Sir, I will be. Hello.
Sarfaraz. You will.
Yes, sir.
So Nurul and Sarfaraz. Okay, for next week. Yeah. Well, actually, I know you work for the mid test, yeah, from your answers here. But as I said to you before, that we need some action that you are going to do with this yeah, access with this assignment. Yeah, at least you should design for one meeting based on this one. In yes, just I think what I talk is lesson plan for one meeting. But at least you have shared with us and your work for the mid-test, and then we try to know whether your assignment here has met the requirements.
Okay.
And again, for the final, I think final test related to designing the whole class and the whole course. But let's say you should also design for one meeting only. How you spend the time for one meeting, and then with the focus, of course. Usually, every meeting has a certain focus, certain activities.
Yeah.
And then by explaining this one, so we are sure that you met your objective. Okay, is that clear?
Yes.
Yes, but yes, very clear.
Okay, yeah. Thank you so much.
When's the deadline for the design one meeting?
I think that would be in the last, yeah. I mean, at the end of this class, maybe in the 6th or 7th meeting from the mid-test.
Yeah. Yes.
Yeah, make sure that yours is good enough. I mean, easy to follow and it's clear enough. Yeah. And let's say with this vocabulary, you may make a list of the vocabulary needed. Okay. If it is related to phrases or expression, you may have as an attachment a list of let's say like going to market. Let's say how to make a bargain, how to bargain something, and then how to ask for the price. Okay, how can we let's say how we come to an agreement on certain price. Okay, how you ask for another item. Let's say, do you have in black or do you have in size? Okay, but in I think that should be one of the expression. Yeah? In here is the money. Do you have the change? Something like that. So I think we want to know that whether you have prepared your material good enough. Yeah, as because the second half here we focus on designing. So the first half on need analysis with Budeli, and then I'm with syllabus design. Yeah, actually, yeah, syllabus usually is the whole, but let's say at least for one course, a syllabus for one course. Okay, that's all. Thank you so much for yeah. I've signed to for all of you. As we do hope that I think there is just let me check. Stella, are you there? Stella,
Oh, is still not here.
is Stella here?
Stella.
Oh, didn't Stella join the session?
Mm-mm.
Well, from